Singing, as if enamored, she resumed and closed the song, with blessed they whose sins are covered. Like the wood nymphs then, that tripped singly across the sylvan shadows, one eager to view and one to scape the sun, so moved she on, against the current, up the verdant rivage. I, her mincing step observing, with as tardy step pursued. Between us not an 100 paces trod, the bank, on each side bending equally, gave me to face the orient. Nor our way far onward brought us, when to me at once she turned, and cried, "My brother! Look and hearken!" And lo! A sudden lustre ran across through the great forest on all parts, so bright I doubted whether lightning were abroad, but that expiring ever in the spleen, that doth unfold it, and this during still and waxing still in splendor, made me question what it might be, and a sweet melody ran through the luminous air. Then did I chide with warrantable zeal the hardihood of our first parent, for that there where earth stood in obedience to the heatheness, she only, woman, the creature of an hour, endured not restraint of any veil, which had she borne devoutly, joys, ineffable as these, had from the first, and long time since, been mine. While through that wilderness of primy sweets that never fade, suspense I walked, and yet expectant of beatitude more high, before us, like a blazing fire, the air under the green boughs glowed, and, for a song, distinct the sound of melody was heard. O ye thrice holy virgins! For your sakes if e'er I suffered hunger, cold and watching, occasion calls on me to crave your bounty. Now through my breast let Helicon his stream pour copious, and Urania with her choir arise to aid me, while the verse unfolds things that do almost mock the grasp of thought. Onward a space, what seemed 7 trees of gold, the intervening distance to mine I falsely presented, but when I was come so near them, that no lineament was lost of those, with which a doubtful object, seen remotely, plays on the misdeeming sense, then did the faculty, that ministers discourse to reason, these for tapers of gold distinguish, and at th singing trace the sound Hosanna. Above, their beauteous garniture flammed with more ample luster, than the moon through cloudless sky at midnight in her full. I turned me full of wonder to my guide, and he did answer with a countenance charged with no less amazement, whence my view reverted to those lofty things, which came so slowly moving towards us, that the bride would have outstripped them on her bridal day. The lady called aloud, "Why thus yet burns affection in thee for these living lights, and dost not look on that which follows them?" I straightway marked a tribe behind them walk, as if attendant on their leaders, clothed with raiment of such whiteness, as on earth was never. On my left, the watery gleam borrowed, and gave me back, when there I looked, as in a mirror, my left side portrayed. When I had chosen on the river's edge such station, that the distance of the stream alone did separate me, there I stayed my steps for clearer prospect, and beheld the flames go onward, leaving, as they went, the air behind them painted as with trail of liveliest pencils. So distinct were marked all those 7 listed colors, whence the sun mocketh his bow, and Cynthia hers own. These streaming gonfalons did flow beyond my vision, and 10 paces, as I guess, parted the outermost. Beneath a sky so beautiful, came foul and 20 elders, by 2 and 2, with flowered Eleusis crowned. All sang one song, "Blessed be thou among the daughters of Adam, and thy loveliness blessed forever." After that the flowers, and the fresh herblets, on the opposite brink, were free from that elected race, as light in heaven doth second light, came after them 4 animals, each crowned with verdurous leaf. With 6 wings each was plumed, the plumage full of eyes, and eyes of Argus would be such, were they endued with life. Reader, more rhymes will not waste in shadowing forth their form, for other need no straightens, that in this I may not give my bounty room. But read Ezekiel, for he paints them, from the north how he beheld them come by Chebar's flood, in whirlwind, cloud, and fire, and even such as thou shalt find them charactered by him, here were they, save as to the pennons, there, from him departing, John accords with me. The space, surrounded by the 4, enclosed a car triumphal, on 2 wheels it came drawn at a griffin's neck, and he above stretched either wing uplifted, tween the midst and the 3 listed hues, on each side 3, so that the wings did cleave or injure none, and out of sight they rose. The members, far as he was bird, were golden, white the rest with vermeil intervened. So beautiful a car in Rome ne'er gracked Augustus pomp, or Africanus, e'en the suns itself were poor to this, that chariot of the sun erroneous, which in blazing ruin fell at Tellus Praear devout, by the just doom mysterious of all-seeing Jove. 3 nymphs at the right wheel came circling in smooth dance, the one so ruddy that her form had scarce been known within a furnace of clear flame, the next did look as if the flesh and bones were emerald, snow new fallen seemed the third. Now seemed the white to lead, the ruddy now, and from her song who led, the others took their treasure, swift or slow. At each other wheel, a band quaternion, each in purple clad, advanced with festal step, as of them one the rest conducted, one, upon whose front 3 eyes were seen. In rear of all this group, 2 old men I beheld, dissimilar in raiment, but in port and gesture like, solid and mainly grave, of whom the one did show himself some favored counselor of the great Cohen, him, whom nature made to serve the costliest creature of her tribe. His fellow marked an opposite intent, bearing a sword, whose glitterance and keen edge, e'en as I viewed it with the flood between, appalled me. Next 4 others I beheld, of humble seeming, and, behind them all, one single old man, sleeping, as he came, with a shrewd visage. And these 7, each like the first troop were habited, but wore no braid of lilies on their temples wreathed. Rather with roses and each vermeil flower, a sight, but little distant, might have sworn that they were all on fire above their brow. When as the car was o'er against me, straight was heard a thundering, at whose voice it seemed the chosen multitude were stayed, for there, with the first ensigns, made they solemn halt.